All right, so one thing I actually noticed is if I go in here and I create a shoe, but I'll leave this blank, it actually throws an error. And that's because the allowed distance in miles is nil, and you can't compare um, you can't compare something if it's nil. So what I'm gonna do here is write a test for this. So shoe test, I think, or was it shoes test? Yeah. So and the reason we didn't catch this is because in our test we were actually filling out that. So let's just do creating a new shoe without a mileage check, or without entering a value for, and I always forget what this thing is called, allowed distance in miles. So we'll do all of this, except we'll just leave that blank. And if I go ahead and run this, so Rails T test system shoes, and this is line 23, this should fail and throw an error just like it did in the browser. Yep, so we're getting the same problem here. So this is good. So I always like to replicate any error I get with a test, and then that way I can kind of account for it and work backwards. So let's go back to our shoe model. Is that where this is happening? Yeah, okay. So user should be notified. I guess what we want to do is maybe just wrap this. So if I'm trying to think of the best way to do this. So self dot distance in miles. I want to just make sure it's not nil. So if self dot notified and self dot distance in miles is not nil. Well, I'm trying to think of I can probably do this in one line. So maybe just do a couple of these here and just say, so pretty much if they haven't been notified, if there's a value for this, and then if this is greater than that, this is either going to return true or false. So test that again. Cool, that worked. So let's go ahead and do git add and git commit. We'll just say refactor notification logic, and we can add a note that says accounts for nil values.